Walther is a hallowed name in the gun community. I can think of tons of people who absolutely love them, and I can't think of a single one who actually hates them. P99 was my first pistol, albeit in .40 caliber choice that I've regretted quite a bit since then. So is the PDP the heir to the throne that we all hoped it would be? While I do have a soft spot for Walther, I am far from a Walther apologist. In fact, I think Walther might be the company with the most duds in their recent lineup that's out there. The Q4 was underwhelming to me. While solid, I just never managed to connect with it. The PPX was reportedly a very reliable pistol, but it filled me with disgust every time I looked at it. And then the PK380 was just a dumpster fire start to finish. On the other hand, Walther has some stunning pistols out there, like the P99, the first pistol on the market to have a practical interchangeable backstrap and some very good reliability, at least in the 9mm guys. The Q5, an unabashed match beast, even after me whining about its stepbrother, the Q4. And, of course, the distinguished PPK, a gun that even not gun people can identify. And, at least in my eyes, I think the PDP, particularly in its Pro SD version, belongs on that list. The PDP exploded in popularity very quickly. I saw a ton of them at the Girl in a Gun National Convention in the class that I worked. And when the match version with an all-steel frame came out, a bunch of my friends asked me when the store I worked at would be getting them. So when an SD version came out, well, how could I absolutely not get one? Now this one comes with the dynamic performance trigger, which there's a lot of great triggers out there, sure, but this one, in a word, is ridiculous. Every time I try to describe it, I just come up short. You really do have to try it for yourself. And if you have one of the old triggers, it's an upgrade that's well worth it. The SD version comes with 2 guide rods and springs, one for standard ammo and one for using suppressors. Now, if you're using a traditional stacked baffle suppressor, you're going to want to use that suppressor spring, otherwise you're going to eat a lot of backblast from it. But with my dead air silencer's Mojave flow-through can, I noticed that I had to go back to the standard spring, otherwise I would get failure to return to battery. And even with the standard spring, I get almost no backblast out of it. The PDP is a bit chunky on the top end there. One thing this gave Walther the opportunity to do is put deep, meaningful cocking serrations front and rear, so manipulating the slide is very easy. Now on the other hand, it makes it a little bit top heavy. Recoil is perfectly manageable and comfortable, even with some spicy 147 grain rounds, but I did notice that under recoil it kind of wants to porpoise on you. Because of that big slide moving, you really do notice that shift in the center of gravity. And while the recoil impulse is smooth, it feels stubborn, and it really does give you a lot of opportunity to overcompensate. When I looked at the website, I didn't see a single PDP offering that was not cut for an optic, and this is the way forward. At this point, if it's big enough to accept an optic, there's no reason that it shouldn't be cut for one. Now, while Walther will send you a plate of your choosing complimentary, I chose the Holosun Direct Mount, and this is honestly the optic that started my hatred of green dots. Now, before you all get upset over me slandering green dots, I know this is a problem that is unique to my eyes and the way that I perceive color, but my problems with the Holosun are actually manifold. That's a topic for a different video. an optic review on that. But it does bring one other thing that is a big complaint of mine, and that is the plastic sights. Plastic sights are always trash. I shit on Glock all the time for sticking with plastic sights, and Walther doesn't get a pass on this. Yeah, they're adjustable from the factory, but I don't care. They're plastic, and plastic is horrible. I'll take a set of fixed iron sights over a pair of adjustable plastics any day. Accuracy is unsurprisingly very good. With that trigger doing a lot of heavy lifting, getting good groups and fast splits doesn't take much effort at all, really. It's no surprise that the PDP has become so popular in competition, and I would really like to play with a compensator on here, but with the SD, let's be honest, I'm going to have a suppressor on here 9 times out of 10. One thing the SD Pro does come with is a magwell from the factory. I took this magwell off almost immediately, put it back in the box, and to never see light again. I'm not a big fan of magwells, particularly on double stack pistols. I feel like they just make up for a lack of refinement of skills. If they work for you, that's great. You see some value in them, awesome for you. I just have no use for them on anything other than a single stack pistol. The controls on the Walther are actually pretty excellent. The mag release button is large and easy to find, but not clunky. And activating it never seems to be a problem. Mags drop free readily. Probably more importantly though is I've never managed to inadvertently activate it. The slide release is a long lever up there that's easy to use and get leverage on, though I have noticed that I tend to ride it a little bit and I won't get slide lock once in a while. One thing that helps with this is the design of that rear frame tends to keep my thumb up and out of the way. Texturing is the pyramidal affairs that we've seen from Walther in the past, and they're pretty good even on a day like today where it hit 102. I already stated that I think that the PDP is a worthy heir to the Walther throne. That's not a unpopular or surprising opinion. But what I will go as far as to say is that the PDP is firearms royalty. As gun people, when non-gun people ask us what pistol should they get, most of us tend to default to a Glock 19 and be done with it. They don't want to hear us go on about minutia, and we don't want to waste the breath on somebody who doesn't care. The PDP is changing that opinion. If you're looking for a home defense rig, a concealed carry gun, or competition, or even a plinking gun, the PDP does all of that incredibly well. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that this is a one-and-done gun. I don't think it's just Walther royalty. I think it's firearms royalty. Now, if you stuck around this long, I just want to say thank you. Go ahead and leave a like, and huge shout out to Toon Cyclone for finally getting me around to doing a review on this. If there's a gun you want me to do a review on, go ahead and comment it below and I'll see if I can get a hold of it or maybe even already have it. And also make sure you subscribe, even though Google's making that a completely worthless feature, because there's a lot more coming.